Stocks our strategists feel are poised to deliver positive returns are featured now in their top stock picks of the week.
We're going to hear about a couple of different types of technology companies this time around with our strategists Kevin Cook and Nina Mishra, who joined me here. And Kevin, we're going to start with you. You have a medical technology company.
Yeah, Penumbra takes its name from the idea of a shadow. Eclipse watchers know that when there's an eclipse, you have, if it's a partial eclipse, there's this lighter shadow coming around whatever body's being eclipsed. Well, I discovered a company called Penumbra that's named after the neurological event of a stroke. Oh. When there's a stroke and blood and oxygen are being starved from part of the brain, tissue can start to grow darker on the outskirts of the stroke. But that tissue is not yet dead and it can be saved, and that's what Penumbra does. If you look at my screen here, you can see this is the company's website. They specialize in a catheter-based technology. So these tubes you're looking at are actually, much smaller and would go into an artery or a vein. And they do it for peripheral areas of the body, but they also specialize in neurological areas in treating stroke. And just under a $5 billion company. I bought it yesterday for my Healthcare Innovators portfolio. Let's take a look at the detailed sales and earnings estimates page. We'll go right down to the earnings, and you can see 3,500% EPS growth this year because they just launched into profitability. And on that note, I want to show you how this caught analysts by surprise. So if I scroll down here to the earnings surprise history, you can see multiple quarters of beating the number. Last quarter beat the number by 400%. They surprised analysts with, the estimate was 3 cents, they came in 15 cents. Quarter before that, they were supposed to lose 2 cents, they came in at plus 6 cents, another 400% beat. Before that, they were supposed to lose a penny, they came in plus 10 cents for an 1,100% beat. So this is how this company has caught analysts off guard. And I want to go back up to sales estimates here and show you how they're growing. So we're looking at 27.5% growth this year to $425 million, and next year is projected 20% growth to $513 million. Yesterday, an investment bank, RBC Capital, put out a note with just affirming this 25% growth and putting a $174 price target on the stock. Wow. And I liked the pullback in the market yesterday so much that we were buyers of Penumbra in the low 130s, and I think it has a lot of potential. The Wells Fargo analyst has had a $180 price target on it for several months. He was early, and this is also the guy, people who watch MedTech and healthcare know that a couple weeks ago in Barron's, they published a report saying J&J, Johnson & Johnson, should buy these other med tech companies. And it was based on this Wells Fargo analyst report where he said, hey, conceivably J&J could go out and buy an Edwards Life Sciences, full disclosure, I own Edwards, which is a $30+ billion maker of the catheter procedure to replace heart valves. So would Johnson & Johnson go out and pay over $30 billion, $40 billion for one of these companies? Like that, or a Baxter? I don't know, but they might buy a small one like this. And I'm not saying that this is in their M&A target view, but this is a proprietary technology that I think will command a premium because nobody else has it, and it could be on some M&A hot lists.
All right, interesting. And yesterday was October the 8th, if anybody is following on the calendar. Nina, you have a technology company that's kind of multifaceted, right?
Yes. So it has been around for a long time, but
not just a PC maker anymore.
Yes, but they have kind of reinvented themselves since Satya Nadella took over as CEO about 4 years back, and they invested a lot in their cloud businesses, Azure and Office 365, and that is paying off now. And their recent results were quite strong. They beat both on the top and bottom lines, and this was thanks mainly to very strong growth in their cloud businesses. In fact, Azure revenue increased 89% year over year. Now, Amazon is the biggest player in the cloud market, and I have this chart I wanted to show. This is on cnbc.com. It shows that in the cloud infrastructure services market, Amazon is the leader with about 33% market share. And Microsoft is a distant second with about 13% market share, but its market share has been growing fast, so they are taking over, market share from Amazon. And looking at their, earnings and surprise history, if you look at the chart here, price consensus and EPS surprise, it looks beautiful. They have missed only twice in the past 20 quarters. And they have been making a lot of acquisitions because they have a lot of cash on their balance sheet. Their cash pile is second only to Apple's. So they had acquired GitHub recently in the last quarter, and today they announced the acquisition of another HR company, which was acquired by LinkedIn. Actually, they had acquired LinkedIn in 2016. And as far as their cloud businesses are concerned, they recently announced a deal with Volkswagen, and before that a deal with Walmart. Both these companies will be using Microsoft's cloud platform. And yesterday's investment in a South Asian ride-sharing company, Grab, they will be investing in Grab, and Grab will use Microsoft's cloud platform. And another reason why I like Microsoft is because they have been returning a lot of cash to shareholders in the form of dividends and share buybacks. And I think last month they announced a 9.5% increase in their dividend.
Wow.
So the dividend yield is now 1.52%. They'll be reporting later this month on the 25th, and earnings ESP is positive, which means they are likely to beat again. Now, they're trading at a forward multiple of 26 times forward PE, which is not cheap, definitely, but not insane, looking at some other, high-flying tech stocks. So I think it's reasonably priced given its growth.
Another acquisition I liked that they made was Flipgrid. That's
Yes.
the video platform for teachers and students in schools.
Oh, wow.
So whereas Google was really embedded in schools with Google Classroom, and basically was owning that space. Microsoft, all they had to offer was Office.
Yeah.
But so buying this Flipgrid, I think, was a key acquisition for them to be part of that mix.
Yeah, so they have these multiple growth platforms now, and a lot of their acquisitions have been in the AI-related fields. So that was also going to drive growth going forward. It's a Zacks ranked #1 stock, and earnings and industry and sector ranks are in the top 29 and top 19%. That also looks good.
All right. Kevin, aside from what you already told us, do either of you own either of these?
I do not own Microsoft, but I do know I just bought Penumbra, yesterday for healthcare innovators. Yep.
Right.
I own Microsoft in my personal portfolio.
Okay. Thank you both for that. Don't forget, more stock information is always available on our website, Zacks.com. Get over to the homepage. Start checking it out for yourself. With Kevin and Nina, I'm Terry Ruffalo.